what advice, and I want to ask each of you, what advice would you give a young person who, whether they grow up in Khayelitsha, Langa, wherever it is, to really like believe in their dreams and go for it? What would you tell them to do in getting to this position? You guys are remarkable, you know.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, firstly, I think the most, taking from my path, basically my story, basically, from growing up in Khayelitsha, having to face a lot of difficulties in my matric, for instance, being ill in matric, and also growing up in a family where we depend on mum from her income. It's very difficult to meet ends meet, basic things like food, and for instance, writing an exam with an empty stomach, one of those things. So basically, for a child who's growing up in similar circumstances, basically, I'd say look at our story basically as, don't want to put ourselves in a pedestal and say, look, we're the best, and no, we're not. We're just part of a group of two people who come from a very disadvantaged background in Khayelitsha, an ordinary area, but doing things basically for ourselves. Basically, I'd like to tell those people to, if you seeing our story, you should tell yourselves, no, you can actually do it. Don't let your circumstances, what's happening around you, or what's happening at the moment in time in your life, to derail your dreams, or look at those circumstances and tell yourself you can't make it. You can actually. But unfortunately, in order to do that, it starts with you, unfortunately. You have to tell yourself, this is my dream and that's my destination. I want to get there. And along the way, you should use the most of your opportunities, each and every opportunity you are afforded by your teachers, by your community members, by your parents. Take it, grab it with both your hands and use it to the fullest. I can't overemphasize that anymore, really. Use the opportunities you're given to the fullest because you want to reach this dream. And I feel like education is the only way that might help you escape that world, basically, those days, that can put you up from a lower class person, basically, to a middle class person. That's the only way you can actually escape from that reality, really.
Absolutely.
That's what I'd tell them, really.
I couldn't agree more. And Mandela, from your side?
From my side, I'd say it's quite a lot similar to what my brother says, but to add just one more thing as well. Quite often, when we grow up in very difficult circumstances, you tend to belittle yourself, or you think very little of yourself, which was the case at some point with both my brother and I. Now, but to when I want to speak, to try and motivate, perhaps inspire a person in a similar kind of circumstance, I'd perhaps ask the question, what does a sculptor see when he sees a piece of marble? What does a carpenter sees when he sees a log of wood? And what does a painter see when he sees a canvas? And to then similarly as well, what does the man in the street see when he sees exactly those same objects? Something different. And the sculptor sees something beautiful, as well as the painter, as well as the carpenter. They see something beautiful, something that is worth exhibiting or displaying to the world out there. And to bring the message across now much more clearly, I'd say within each and every one of those people in those circumstances, there's something within each and every one of us that is worth displaying, worth exhibiting to the world out there. And just believing in that and having faith in that beauty that you possess in you, and should be to give you all the more reasons to be confident and strive for success. And success is not something that perhaps that you merely believe in. It must be a duty. I must succeed, not I can or I wish to succeed, but I must succeed. And which is a similar kind of message that that has carried us throughout the years, both my brother and I, during these 6 years of medical school. The idea of I must succeed, not I can or I wish to succeed, but I must succeed.
Absolutely. I mean, I definitely agree with that and resonate with both of those ideas. And I was just thinking, you mentioned that, you were sick at some point in your high school career. So how has that been also as brothers, to kind of really, I mean, I hear you took over, you really helped him in that stage of their life. And I'm sure there is sections where, it's been vice versa. And how was that kind of relationship as brothers really reflected over these years of education?
Sure. I think that point in our life, matric, it was a really testing time for us. It really tested our relationships as brothers, that this is my brother, I'm willing to go this far for him. Which it really, that time was a testing time. I felt like it really showed that during that time. And currently in med school, I'd say it did carry us through. We carried that principle through as well, that helping each other in times of difficulties and everything. For instance, in med school, it's quite a challenging course, I must say. It's not an easy course, it's a challenging course, both intellectually, physically, and also emotionally as well. So you definitely need that extra person who you can talk to, and if you've got any troubles or struggling with work or anything, academic work, or you're struggling just emotionally, you've seen a difficult case, a patient, for instance, passed away, your patient passed away in the hospital, and you need someone to talk to, just to tell them that this is how I feel. That's one thing that I'd say really kept us going. That I have this someone else who can listen to me, whatever I'll need to say, he can listen to me now. Can get better after that. Yeah.
So Wandile, can you explain to me, I can imagine, there are a lot of moving parts and lots of people who've collaborated in getting you into the position that you are. So could you tell me about the people involved in that?
Well, it's quite a lot of people. First the family, and the primary school, high school, university. There's quite a lot of people which I not wish to name one by one, but I just want to convey one message, that is thank you to all the people who helped us along the way. Thank you, and of course they know themselves. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. It's been incredible having you here, and I'm really excited to hear about more of the great stuff you're doing.